G'day everyone, my name's David Noble. I'm a 36-year-old male, born here in New Zealand. Just like to talk to you all today about something that has happened quite recently in my life in relations to the March 15th terror attack that happened here in New Zealand, that I was caught up on because of someone's egotistical point of view. Now, as you all know, on March 15th, a mosque was attacked in New Zealand, in Christchurch, and 51 people tragically lost their lives in a tragic event that shouldn't have happened. Police were warned, people were told about this fella, and no one investigated this fella, and he did what he did. We all know what's happened. There's no need to go into it. It's a tragic event. It should not have happened, and it's a disgusting stain on New Zealand's history. Brendan Tarrant should be hung for what he's done to our country. Disgusting, absolutely disgusting. Now, a few days later, I got my hands on the video of the shooting. I wanted to educate myself. I wanted to know what happened, so I could make an informed opinion and decision about what took place and what we were being told in the media. I wanted to know. I didn't want no second-hand story. He said, she said. I wanted cold, hard facts, and I got that by watching the video. You too will get those cold, hard facts and that you're looking for if you watch it. Now, I shared that video with a couple of people. I've also put a post up on Facebook saying I've got the video. If you'd like it, PM me and I'll send it to you. Now, someone took objection to me saying that. Not that they had any proof of what video I was talking about on Facebook at the time. Granted, it was only 4 or 5 days after the event, but still had no idea what video I was talking about. He took those posts and went to the New Zealand Police. About 2 weeks later, I had the New Zealand Police showing up at my house of residence at 6 o'clock in the morning with fully automatic rifles pointed at my head. I immediately threw my hands up. It's like, yeah, I'm not armed. I'm no threat to you. And yep, these rifles were still pointed at my head. I was handcuffed without even being shown a warrant, just thrown straight into handcuffs. A policeman tried to hyperextend my elbow to cause a reaction out of me. I didn't react. I went limp. So he handcuffed me again. He then asked if there was anyone else inside our house, and we said yes, there is 2 little kids inside our house. The man with the rifle walked straight to the door. The mother of the children screamed out no. Like a mother would scream, you know, a terrified mother would scream for her children's safety. She let out a scream like that. The man stopped at the door with his gun, turned around and looked at his senior sergeant, or the man in charge, and the man in charge nodded and went in. Now, this is going to shock you guys, but next thing we see is an 11-year-old kid and an 8-year-old girl being walked out of the house at gunpoint with these loaded automatic rifles pointed at their heads. I'll just let that sink in for a minute. Pointed at their heads. Kids. That is disgusting, New Zealand. That police, well, that's disgusting. That's disgusting. They brought these kids out to their mother. These kids were shaking. They were scared. They'd never seen this type of brutality before from the police. They were scared. They were scared. These kids had nightmares. The 11-year-old boy turned round to his mother and said, "Why is that policeman pointing that gun at Dave's head, aka my head, with his finger on the trigger? That will kill him." The policeman with the rifle looked at the little boy and went, "Huh," and lowered his rifle. Why did it take an 11-year-old boy to say that before the police realised that we were no threat to them? Why? It's just, yeah, there's a few questions that need to be answered here. Like, it's a major breach of human rights. So how can they get away with this? You know, I've got the right to educate myself. I have Human Rights Article 20, I believe it is. I have the right to receive and impart information of any kind on any source, any platform. It's a human right. Now, I've been charged with this video. Best of all, I'm going to get is a slap on the hand, don't do it again. But, mate, I have the right to educate myself. And who's to say that an objectionable video is objectionable for me? It's an objectionable video, yes, but it doesn't mean that you get to decide if it's objectionable for me. Now, after this event took place with the police in my driveway, I filed a complaint with the Independent Police Conduct Authority. Now, this is going to shock you even more. Their results came back in just the other day, after 6 months of dragging the chain. They say it'll take up to 6 to 8 weeks to sort out. This took 6 months. Now, they've come back and said that the police done nothing wrong. So according to the Independent Police Conduct Authority, it's perfectly acceptable to point a loaded firearm at a child. Yeah, that's disgusting. That's disgusting. These two kids no longer trust the New Zealand police. And what does that say to you? What does that say to you? You know, like, this, in my opinion, this shooting was an orchestrated shooting. It took place because someone wanted to pass an agenda. What was that agenda, you may ask? Well, how about disarming the New Zealand public? That is an agenda. That's the United Nations agenda. They've been trying it in America for years. The Australians stupidly just handed in their rifles years ago. You know, this doesn't make any sense. Trying to harm us, trying to take away our rights. When will we stop? When will we as a public stand up and say no? Enough is enough. We cannot take this. We cannot sit back and allow this to happen. It's time we done something. I don't know. I don't know what we do. We've got to do something. Me, getting my story out there, that's a start. That's a start.